and welcome back to my channel Lessons at Fingertips. Here we discuss on some important topics in really simple words so that it's easier for you all to understand and keep things in mind. Today our topic of discussion is going to be a continuation of my previous topic, that is the Industrial Dispute Act. So why are we reading this Industrial Dispute Act? It actually helps to solve the disputes, to make settlements between an employer and the workman, right? So, as we know, this Industrial Dispute Act was in 1947, and we are going to start with the part 2 of this thing. So, there will be certain more things which are yet to be covered from the Industrial Dispute Act. I will be making another video on that because it's not possible to cover everything in this video. Okay. So, right from the origin, we need to know like from where it actually started. Okay. It is not the Industrial Dispute Act जो कि हम लोग को एकदम पहले मिल गया. Not like that. There were other things after which reform होने के बाद we got this Industrial Dispute Act. So it started here from the Employee Workmen Dispute Act in 1860. In 1860 first we had this Employee Workmen Dispute Act. From there we had Trade Dispute Act in 1929. And then it reformed to Defense of India Rule framed in 1940, and then we got Industrial Dispute Act in 1947. Okay, so these were the steps कहाँ से हम लोग को Industrial Dispute Act मिला. तो अभी ये जो Industrial Dispute Act है, ये dispute किसके बीच में it solves the dispute. That is mentioned in section 2K of the Industrial Dispute Act. वर्कमैन और वर्कमैन के बीच में डिस्प्यूट होगा तो, एम्प्लॉयर और वर्कमैन के बीच में डिस्प्यूट होगा तो, और एम्प्लॉयर और एम्प्लॉयर के बीच में डिस्प्यूट होगा तो इंडस्ट्रियल डिस्प्यूट एक्ट इज एप्लीकेबल. ओके, सो इंडस्ट्रियल डिस्प्यूट एक्ट कहाँ कहाँ एप्लीकेबल है? एम्प्लॉयर एम्प्लॉयर के बीच में डिस्प्यूट हुआ, वर्कमैन वर्कमैन एंड एम्प्लॉयर और वर्कमैन के बीच में डिस्प्यूट हुआ तो. एंड वेयर इज इट मेंशन? इन सेक्शन 2K ऑफ द इंडस्ट्रियल डिस्प्यूट एक्ट. Next is in section 2A, what is mentioned? कि workman कब dispute कर सकता है? When can a workman say or can raise dispute? Okay, workman, no single workman can raise dispute unless related to his dismissal. उसका dismissal हो गया तो he can raise the dispute. That is terminated without salary. What is dismissal? Terminated without salary. Discharge हो गया तो what that means कि terminated हो गया with a salary. Maybe कुछ एक lump sum देके उसको भेज दिया गया, discharge कर दिया गया. But he is not satisfied with the fact कि why should I be discharged? About the reason, तो he can raise the dispute. फिर third आता है termination और fourth आता है retrenchment. This you all know. So these are the 4 things. अगर ये 4 चीज होता है, then only a workman can raise dispute. Okay? So no single workman can raise dispute unless and until it is related to his dismissal, his discharge, his termination and his retrenchment. Okay? These are the 4 things. और ये कहाँ पे mentioned है? In section 2A. अभी चलते हैं कि और एक चीज में, that is arbitrator और conciliator. क्या होता है कि dispute can be solved एक inside the court और एक outside the court. Outside the court में arbitrator और conciliator दोनों होता है to solve the dispute. Arbitrator क्या होता है कि formal, legal formal एक body होती है, ठीक है, formal concept है. और conciliator क्या है? It's not formal, ठीक है, it's not formal. तो आर्बिट्रेटर फॉर्मल है, इसीलिए क्या होता है कि आर्बिट्रेटर कैन गिव व्हाट? जजमेंट, कैन पास जजमेंट टू एनी डिस्प्यूट. कंसिलिएटर कैन नॉट पास जजमेंट. कंसिलिएटर कैन डू सेटलमेंट. एम्प्लॉयर किसके बीच में? एम्प्लॉयर के बीच में, वर्कमैन के बीच में, एम्प्लॉयर वर्कमैन के बीच में. दे कैन डू सेटलमेंट कंसिलिएटर. क्यों? क्योंकि वो इनफॉर्मल बॉडी होती है और आर्बिट्रेटर फॉर्मल बॉडी होता है, तो दे कैन गिव द जजमेंट. So what happened actually is कि every time it is not possible to take the disputes to the court and neither is it beneficial. ठीक है, So in that case, what happens? You can approach to the arbitrator, you can approach to the conciliator. Now arbitrator will be a formal body, conciliator will be an informal body. Because arbitrator is a formal body, arbitrator can pass judgment. Conciliator is an informal body, so it can not pass judgment, whether it will be, rather it will be doing what? Settlement among the two parties. तो similarity क्या है? both these bodies are formed to solve the disputes among employer or employer, workman or workman, employer or workman outside the court. ठीक है, ये हो गया arbitrator और conciliator. और एक चीज what is important is you cannot do any lockdown or strike while a case is going on with an arbitrator or a conciliator or in the court. ठीक है, if case is going on in court or through arbitrator, then no strike can take place. If a case is going on with the conciliator, no strike can take place, and even judgment अगर पास मतलब settlement अगर हो गया after 7 days, okay, thereafter 7 days thereafter the judgment, no strike can take place. ठीक है, तो strike cannot take place if a case is going on with the court or with the arbitrator or with the conciliator. Even after getting settlement from the conciliator after 7 days तक कोई strike नहीं होगा. Okay. For public utility service, what happens? Notice is to be given 14 days prior. ठीक है, if any strikes you want to do, if anything is going to take place, notice is to be given 14 days prior, and no strike can be done after 6 weeks of the notice. मतलब क्या हुआ कि suppose 1st of May को क्या हुआ कि notice they have, the workman has passed कि we want to go on strike. So 1st May they have given a notice. So the strike cannot take place till 15th of May. Only after 15th of May the strike can take place. And the strike cannot take place after 6 weeks. तो nearly 6 weeks मतलब for 1 month and more 2 weeks, right? So 15th, तो nearly 25th या something of June के आसपास तक, June के आसपास till within this date the strike has to take place. So the strike, for any strike to happen, they need to give 14 days prior notice, and no strike can be done after 6 weeks of the notice for public utility service. ठीक है, so this is another concept. अब आते हैं क्या lockout पे. What is lockout? Suspension of work by the employer. बहुत strikes कर रहे हो, okay? Workmen are doing strikes, one after the other strikes are taking place. Employer कुछ नहीं बोल रहा है, but when the strikes seems to be irreasonable, it is not having any thing like which cannot be done something, तो तब क्या हुआ कि employer ने बोला कि चलो lockout कर दिया. तो suspension of work by the employer. अब इसमें क्या है कि no lockout can be done, there are conditions कि no lockout can be done when a case is pending with the court, arbitrator, conciliator, किसी के पास भी एक case is pending, lockout नहीं हो सकता. या तो award और settlement is to be finalized, तब भी lockout नहीं हो सकता. Award and settlement मतलब if the case is with the conciliator, तो तब भी lockout नहीं होगा. So strike, lockout cannot happen if a case is going on with the court, arbitrator or conciliator. If lockout is illegal, lockout को कौन, who is going to see if the lockout is illegal? Inquiry officer. If inquiry officer feels कि the lockout is illegal, तो उसका punishment क्या होता है कि 1 month of punishment is given plus 1,000 rupees fine is charged. ठीक है, तो who will see if the lockout is illegal? Inquiry officer will see if the lockout is illegal. अब ये जो इंडस्ट्रियल डिस्प्यूट एक्ट है कहाँ कहाँ एप्लीकेबल है? Existing industries are not dead industries. Industrial Dispute Act is applicable only in existing industry and not dead industry. But Factories Act is applicable on both existing industry as well as dead industries. ठीक है, ये याद रखना है. Next is, if any industries under the state or central government, then Industrial Dispute Act is applicable. Industrial Dispute Act is also applicable irrespective of religion, ठीक है, on all industries. और ये कहाँ से आया? There was a case between Hospital Employee Union and Christian Medical College. In that case, during that case, the court passed the judgment कि Industrial Dispute Act will be applicable irrespective of religion of the or industry of the industries, ठीक है, और all industry it will be applicable. But under the judgment क्या होता है? Under the law, by the law, there are 5 exclusions in which Industrial Dispute Act cannot be applicable under law, ठीक है. वो क्या क्या है? Post and Telegram Department, Central Institution of Fisheries, Trade Union, Telecom Department, Construction and Maintenance of National Highway. These are the 5 places, 5 industries जहाँ Industrial Dispute Act is not applicable by the law. It is stated by the law. Post and Telegram Department में not applicable. Central Institution of Fisheries में not applicable. Trade Union में not applicable. Trade Union में Industrial Dispute Act क्यों होगा? We have another Trade Union Act है ना, so that will be applicable. Telecom Department में not applicable. Construction and Maintenance of National Highway में not applicable. There is another exclusion which has been mentioned by the judgment. जैसे यहाँ पे जजमेंट आया था कोर्ट से कि हॉस्पिटल एम्प्लॉय यूनियन वर्सेस क्रिश्चियन मेडिकल कॉलेज, ये केस के ऊपर दिस जजमेंट केम कि रिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ रिलीजियन इंडस्ट्रियल एक्ट विल बी एप्लीकेबल ऑन ऑल इंडस्ट्रीज. वैसे ही देयर वाज अ जजमेंट इन द अहमदाबाद केस. अहमदाबाद में केस हुआ था टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्रीज के ऊपर, तो ऑन दैट केस एक जजमेंट पास हुआ था वेयर अनदर एक्सक्लूजन वाज मेड, फिजिकल रिसर्च लैबोरेटरी. फिजिकल रिसर्च लैबोरेटरी, तो इसके ऊपर भी दिस इज ऑल्सो कंसिडर्ड टू बी अंडर इंडस्ट्री, बट नो इंडस्ट्रियल डिस्प्यूट एक्ट इज एप्लीकेबल हियर. So this was all about the Industrial Dispute Act Part 2, where we have discussed कि Industrial Dispute Act आया कहाँ से, what are किसके बीच में dispute होने से we are going to consider the Industrial Dispute Act. Then when a workman can raise dispute, then difference between arbitrator, conciliator, some other facts regarding when a strike is legal, when lockouts are legal, when it is possible, when it cannot happen. Then we also read the ID Act is applicable on which areas and the exclusions of ID Act. So this was a brief description about the Industrial Dispute Act. Another video will be there for Industrial Dispute Act to complete it and to cover all the pros and cons and everything. So I hope you guys have liked this video. Please do hit a like and subscribe to my channel for more such informative videos. Thank you. Bye bye.